Hi everyone, welcome to our third Christmas special, New Year special that we have here on YouTube. Never have done something like this before, and I think that it's been really awesome. I know that the second half of the video are the private readings, okay? I have all of your questions written down, and then we're going to go one by one. Just to let you know, if you did book for a private reading for this special, down in the description box and in the comments, you'll see your name, and next to your name, you'll see a timestamp, like a little link, and that's going to send you directly to your reading. And I hope that, that you can get what you expected from these readings. I usually find that the divine knows what they do. So it's a good way to get a message to start the new year. So thank you again. And feel free to comment down below and tell me if you resonated or how you feel about it, etc. You don't have to, but if you want to. The reason that I decided to do it this way, public, even though it's private, is because I decided part of this special is the first half of the video is going to include a ritual, or I guess you can call spell, okay, that I am guided to share with this particular group. See, there are no accidents in the universe, so I know for a fact that everybody was guided to book in a certain group for a reason. I don't get my rituals from Google or anything like that. I meditate on the energy, and my spirit team tells me exactly what to do, and then I write it down. So I know for a fact that this is tailored for you guys. And the reason that I decided to make it public was because whoever is guided to watch this video can get something out of the rituals. Obviously, not everybody that's on the channel and usually watches is going to watch this video, but I'm sure some people are guided to watch it. And whoever is guided to watch it and wants to or feels guided to do these rituals, you're welcome to, because you're here for a reason. So I want to let you guys know that I also am going to do a demonstration on these rituals, okay? On this particular ritual, I'm going to just call it spell, okay? Nothing negative. I'm going to do a demonstration, but I am missing some of the tools, okay? There is a red candle that you need that I don't have. Nonetheless, I'm going to demonstrate it to the best of my ability. Okay, so this is what you need, okay? In order to do this, you need paper and pen. You need a jar with a lid, okay? It could be something like this. It doesn't matter. It could be a mason jar. I save like I save the pasta jars and the olives and stuff like that, And it doesn't matter what size the jar is. It really does not. It could even be like the baby food, the Gerber food jars. It does not matter the size whatsoever. Okay, so one of these, a red candle, same thing. It doesn't matter what kind of red candle it is. It could be a tea light candle, pillar candle, jar candle, any kind of candle, okay? It could even be a red birthday candle if you can get it to stand up, That's the only thing with those, and if you can stick it in somewhere, whatever, okay? It's as long as it's red. Honey, ground honey, oh my God, ground honey. What is wrong with my brain? Well, this ritual has something to do with communication, so I'm telling you. Ground cinnamon. Who's ever heard of ground honey? I'm telling you. Ground cinnamon, not cinnamon sticks, like the powdered one, okay? And honey, any kind of honey. Could be clover honey, it could be wildflower honey, or whatever it's called, any kind of honey. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? I have this upside down because I guess this honey is like starting to crystallize and it's frozen and it doesn't really want to pour out. So I'm like, I'm just going to demonstrate, okay? So what is this ritual for? This ritual works great if you have somebody particular on your mind that you want this to work for, but if you don't, that's fine. This is a sweetness and love ritual, okay? What this is going to do is clear up any kind of miscommunication that you might have had with somebody else. Let's say you're in separation or you're connected with someone, but like something happened, there was some kind of blockage, there was some kind of drama or something like that. And this is the person that holds on to grudges. And like, even though you're trying to make it better, they don't seem to be opening up to it, okay? And things are just very stagnant. Or if you're in a connection and like the romance is dead and you don't see that they're showing any kind of affection or interest in that sort, this could also be just to attract love in general, because I'm getting for this group, like, you guys need it, okay? It's time. You're going to attract sweetness into your life. People that want to show you affection. People that all of a sudden you might get a call from someone that's going to open up to you and be receptive to you and be loving to you and all that stuff. And finally open up and put the drama aside. This is also for you, okay? So if you have been having a hard time staying sweet, okay, because of fears, or you're triggered and you keep whether exploding or arguing and things are pissing you off and you can't find a way to learn how to communicate properly and you always regret it, you know, the things that you say things out of anger. This is also going to help you with that, and also going to help the person that you're connecting with actually receive and recognize that affection and love. Because sometimes we're trying to be sweet and stuff and then we get angry because it's like they don't even see it. They don't even see the effort. So this will help you with that. And if you don't have anyone in your life, like I said, this is still going to work with you, okay? You're going to realize that people are going to be attracted to your energy like more than any ever, okay? So this is just what I was guided for you guys, for what, you know, for whatever reason. I mean, this is the energy. So this is what you're going to do, okay? I already started it. First things first, the first thing that you're going to do is exactly what's not on this table. I'm going to use this toy. Please forgive me. It's so ridiculous. Just so that you can have a little visual of like the color at least. I mean, you know, just pretend. Okay. The first thing that you're going to do is light this red candle and make sure that it's lit. Well, first and foremost, I forgot to add, the most important thing that you're going to do is believe in this ritual. Because if you don't believe that this is going to work, honey, thoughts create a reality. It's useless. And if you're doing it with no passion, no belief, no concentration, like you're just following the steps like a robot without putting any thought into it, without visualizing the person, without visualizing sweetness, without visualizing people being attracted to you, without visualizing you changing your attitude and calming down and being more receptive to love. If you do not take the time to add that to these steps, it will not work. That is just the truth. Because then at that point you might as well just be a machine in a factory. And if you're already putting, because you're charging this, right? You're using elements, different elements to create a reality. So if while you're doing it, the only thing you could think about is, this is not going to work. This person's difficult. This is not going to work. I can't control it. This is not going to work. It's impossible. It's not going to work. That is, and that goes for any kind of ritual that you do, okay? So it's like a double-edged sword. Is people sometimes do rituals and they don't realize that they're like hurting themselves. Because sometimes they're putting in all this effort into the rituals and what they're actually doing is like manifesting something negative for them because they can't control, they can't visualize exactly what it is that they want. They still have that doubt, and without even wanting to, that's what you manifest. It's crazy. So be very careful when you do these things, all right? So you're going to have the red candle lit. You're going to visualize this person. You're going to visualize them opening up, you guys having fun, having a good time, this person being receptive to love, this person wanting to love on you, this person professing their love. You're going to visualize all that. Or if you don't have anyone, you're going to visualize meeting somebody, you know, and you being, you know, having a connection, sweetness, you know, or you're going to visualize that all of the arguments and all of the things that happen, that you guys are gonna, if there is someone in your life, that you guys are gonna give each other a warm embrace, and you're gonna press a reset button, and all of that is just gonna go away. Okay, you're gonna visualize all that deeply. Now what you're going to do, okay, open the jar while you are doing this and while the red candle is lit. You see there's a piece of paper in there at the bottom. Okay, I already did it, but this is what you see. I took a little chunk off here. Don't make the paper too big. What you're gonna do is rip a little chunk of paper, okay, and write the person's full name just once. Write the person's full name just once. I forgot to mention, this entire ritual has to be done in your bedroom where you sleep. And the jar and the candle has to be lit and kept in your bedroom where you sleep, okay? Please make sure of that. When you do that, put this person's name in there. You're going to fold it from top to bottom. Okay, let me just rip a piece of paper so that you can see what I mean, okay? It doesn't matter the shape. You're going to fold it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Always from top to bottom, not from bottom to top, okay? And that's it. If you don't have anyone in your life, the only thing that you're going to write in here in capital letters is love. Okay? That's it. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to put it in the jar. If the paper gets stuck like in the middle of the jar or something like that, I'm going to need you to get a pen or something and like push it to the bottom. Please push it to the bottom. Now remember that the red candle is lit during this whole process. Okay, you definitely don't blow it out. You have to let it burn on its own all the way to the bottom. While you are visualizing, you're going to take your ground cinnamon. Okay, doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter, I mean, whatever, just get ground cinnamon, okay? I love the smell of cinnamon. Okay, you're going to cover it. Please don't make a mess. Oh, shoot. That was a lot. All right. You might be asking, what's the amount? To be honest, you don't have to put as much as I just did. Okay. And you also don't have to be wasteful. Okay, and fill the whole jar. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. Just eyeball it. Eyeball it is just like, you know, whatever comes out. As long as it's a decent amount, and as long as, look, you're going to shake it. That paper is like literally at the bottom. It's not floating or anything. Doesn't matter if you could see it poking through at the bottom, okay? You're still visualizing and the candle is still lit during this process. Then you're going to take your honey. Same thing, eyeball it. It would be great if this honey actually comes out. Look, it's like crystallized nonetheless. Oh my God. What did I just want to demonstrate? You're going to be oh my God. I'm telling you, maybe that's a sign for me. Maybe I have, if you notice any kind of difficulties like this, I'm telling you, do not let it stop you. Go to the freaking microwave it. Okay, you don't have to start it over. Open the thing. Do what you got to do, honey, because you know what? I'm a human too. Everything that you see happen when you're doing a ritual, everything that you see happen when you're doing a spell of any sort is a sign. So right now, I'm also having blockages in this department. I've been getting triggered lately with people. And, you know, life gets the best of us. So I see that as a sign. Like, I've never seen honey behave like this. I have, but not to this freaking degree. Like, Lord, like, look at it. Look at it, right? So whatever you do, oh my God, it's a shape of a heart. And I just covered it. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? I think it's too late to catch it because I shook it. It fell in like the shape of a heart. The holy confirmation. So that's confirmation not just for me, but for you guys that this is going to work, okay? Though I'm not really doing this. Well, yeah, I guess I'm actually doing this one. The other ones I was just demonstrating, but I'm doing this one for me too. Just for sweetness in general, because why not? Okay, so wow, I'm going to skip back. That was really quick. I don't know if you caught it, but I could have sworn I saw like a heart shape. Okay, shake it a little bit after you do that. You don't have to put a fork or anything in it. You don't have to. But just shake it. Shake it. I'm trying to see if I could. No, it got covered. The heart. I could have. That was crazy. All right. Smell it a little bit. I know it sounds silly, but don't. I'm telling you, because smell it, feel it, touch the jar, think about the feeling, smell how good it feels. You know why? Because all of that is part of the visualization. Like, you smelling it, you're taking it in. The honey, you're taking in the cinnamon, the smell, the sweetness. While you visualize, all of that is part of the experience and part of the energy that you're putting out, okay? I'm going to have to look up what 1550, angel number 1550 means, because I haven't looked up at the device at all, and I don't even know why on earth I looked up on the device right now, but as soon as I did that, it was a synchronicity. I guess I'll look it up and pin it down below. Let me write it here because I'll forget. Angel number 1550, pin in comments. Yes, I don't even know if you can realize I hold the pen like I got a problem. It's not normal. People stare at me all the time. You should have seen like how embarrassing it is during like job interviews my whole life. Like they'd be like, sign something, and they're just looking at my hand like, really, you can't hold a pen? I know that you're supposed to hold it like this way somehow, and I hold it like completely like that. That's just the way that and nobody in kindergarten, I remember they tried, and I was like, that's not how I feel comfortable. And they just let me be instead of like really, for whatever reason. I also had tendencies of like being a lefty and like, but like, I was like, I don't know, I'm not going to say force, but like people kind of like was pushing the right. That might have something to do with it, because I kind of hold it like a lefty. Like the pen is like going this way, like it wants to instead, whatever. So what you're going to do with this jar, honey, okay, now that you're done with this, you're going to leave this wherever you did it in your bedroom. And make sure that candle burns to the very, like, until it's done. Do not blow it out, man. If it goes out for whatever reason, light it again. That's also an omen, okay? You don't have to do it all over again, but that's an omen. I cannot emphasize enough, do this at your own risk. Do me a favor and be very careful when you do any kind of ritual that involves paper, involves fire, involves candles. You know that that is a risk, a fire risk, fire hazard. You know, don't do it somewhere that you have, you know what else? I just feel guided to share this. Fake flowers, okay? That happened to me once when I was doing a reading like freaking like 2 years ago. I had like fake flowers on the table, and like the fabric ones, and I didn't know that those could catch on fire so fast, but they did, and it like almost, it lit my whole wall on fire. Just keep it in a place where there's nothing flammable, okay? Once that candle is done burning all the way to the bottom, you're going to dispose of it. No problem. You are going to keep this jar. You're not going to throw it out. This doesn't go bad. You could keep it freaking forever. You're going to keep it under your bed, okay? That's preferable, but it doesn't really matter. Or next to your bed. You could put it on your nightstand. You could put it on your dresser, your bureau, whatever you want to call it. You're going to put it anywhere, okay, in your room. But preferably under your bed if you can, or next to your bed, because that means it's closer to you. You're just going to leave it there. That's it. Okay? That's it. You might wonder, like, when can I throw it out? When you start noticing results. When you start noticing that it's working and you got the desired result, you can then open it and throw everything out. But to be completely honest, you could just keep this somewhere and just keep it, because this doesn't expire or anything like that, all right? So, okay, angel number 1550. Holy shoot. But what the heck? I didn't even realize this either. Like I took the label off. I didn't even notice it kind of ripped, kind of like, I mean, it's not a perfect heart, but it kind of ripped like the shape of a heart too. If that's not confirmation, look at that. And then around here with the glue, it looks like a figure. It looks like a figure of a person. It looks like a figure of a person. And then this piece right here, it's on like, can you see? It's on like the throat area, which is like the throat chakra, which is about communication. Literally like what this is about. Isn't that insane? How like they confirm things like that. You're going to notice like little things like that happen. You are. Okay, or synchronicities, etc. But that's just a sign that it's working. All right, so that is what I recommend for you guys. Clear as day. I channeled, I meditated, and that is what I got for you guys. And I hope that it helps you. I know that it will, as long as you believe it. And you don't have to do it over and over again. Don't, because then you give the energy of desperation to the universe, and it's gonna backfire. Like I said, it doesn't go bad. Ground cinnamon and honey is not gonna go bad. Okay, honey can attract like insects, but the jar is closed. Keep it closed. That's it. And it's in the cinnamon, and cinnamon itself has like antibacterial properties, like by nature. If you didn't know that, it does. Okay, so like I said, you can keep it so you don't have to do it over and over again. It's not going to make it more effective. The size of the candle is not going to make it more effective either. Okay? As long as it burns to the bottom. None of that. You don't have to alter this in any way to make it more effective. This is all you need to do. Just remember, the most important thing is that you follow these steps and that you visualize appropriately. Okay? And you visualize appropriate. You know, I don't know exactly what angel number 1550 means, but I know that that 55 in numerology is change. It means change. I'm sorry if you hear like a noise in the background that sounds like a shower or something. There's nothing I could do about it. I'm in New Jersey right now, my parents' house. And the only place that they have a desk where I can sit is in the basement, and it also has crayons and stuff all over it. It is what it is. But because it's the basement and because it's New Jersey and it's cold, there's a furnace or a boiler or whatever you want to call it, a heater, one of those giant ones. So when the heat's turning on, it's very loud. So, and the boiler is literally like right in a little room. The boiler room's like right behind me. So it is what it is. You're going to hear that, and I apologize. It's going to do that, and then it's going to stop. Okay? So bear with me. All right. So I hope you guys are enjoying this Christmas special so far. Okay. Let me know how you feel about it. And I hope that those that weren't able to book and wanted to, okay, I hope you still get something out of it. Whether the rituals, etc. I still hope that you get something out of it. I suddenly got really dizzy. And like nauseous. I mean, I'm still going to continue, but I suddenly just got dizzy and nauseous, and I can't really explain to you why. Very weird. All right, so I'm going to start, because it doesn't matter what order I start with, because it's time stamped. Let me see who I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with Beata. I kid you not. I have a friend that has your name. She's Polish. And her daughter, she's married to a man. He's Turkish. She lived in Turkey for a little while too. And is my daughter's like friend since the 2nd grade. And even though we moved overseas, like we're still friends. I'm actually going to her home on Friday for a Christmas like friends dinner thing. We're like all gonna potluck, you know, bring a meal and enjoy ourselves. But yeah, you guys have the same name. She's really nice. It's a beautiful name. Is Christian W my twin flame who's meant to be my life partner? Oh, shoot. And should I sell my inheritance to my cousin's husband ASAP? You know that I channel before I answer the questions, and I hope that this reaches you. I do believe that Christian is your twin flame and he is meant to be your life partner. But you guys are having difficulties right now. And I think that if you do the ritual, it's going to help a lot. Okay? I have a tough time sometimes with readings. Because anybody that knows or has had a reading, and I've done it even on the, you know, on the last Christmas specials. If somebody asks me if someone is their life partner and they're not, I tell you the truth that they're not. I've had instances where I told people the truth and they're like, oh, actually only happened like once. Because usually people understand, but they'll say like, I didn't resonate, I'm not sure about this. But sometimes like that's just because people don't want to let go. But it's not my job to lie or to sell you a fantasy or anything like that, okay? So if I tell you that this person is your twin flame and you're meant to be in each other's life as a life partner, then you are. And if they weren't, I would tell you to leave, okay? But you're in the middle of the journey. You're literally, oh my God. You're literally in the, hold on. You're literally in the middle of the journey, you know? So it's not perfect right now. There's a lot of healing that you guys have to go through, okay? A lot of healing that you guys have to go through. You guys marry each other, hold on. You guys marry each other deeply. Look at that. I just split the deck and that's just confirmation right there. Now, you know that a twin flame connection is a dynamic of chaser and runner. I'm getting that you've sometimes been the runner, but you're the chaser in this situation. And then it says love, because you guys are learning how to work towards unconditional love. It says love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. The chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. So you definitely struggle with some kind of fear of abandonment, and the divine wants you to really work on that. Okay, I think this device is crooked. I apologize. Okay, the divine wants you to work on that. There's no shame, but until you heal your attachment wounds, it's going to be very difficult for you to come together with this person, because you guys trigger each other. You guys are literal mirrors. The phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, change, smile. Now that's confirmation. You guys are going to reconcile. If you're already together, then it's just like, you know, reconcile and just take it to the next level. It says a new phase, you know, like a new part in your journey. You're going to be able to renew this, transform this, because you guys are going to be able to grow. And this person, if they always, you know, feel like they're not certain about this, or you, it says changed mind, okay? It says changed mind. But I feel like you sometimes feel like taken for granted with this person. Because nobody that's in divine feminine energy likes to feel like they're chasing, okay? So the only thing that I can recommend, even though you didn't ask this, oh my God, look at this. Holy confirmation. Look, I just split it. Definitely a twin flame connection. We have the chaser and the runner. That is, of all of these cards, what are the odds that we got the two cards to signify like a twin? There's no card in there that says twin flame. Like, so of all cards. So this is expressing to you, like telling you what part of the journey you're at. Okay. Right now, you got to not push it. Look up attachment issues, right? That's a big part of what you need to learn. Probably have an anxious attachment or something like that, okay? And if you just spend more time on your healing, you're going to allow space for this person to come forward, okay? You didn't even ask, like, what's going to happen. You just asked them if they're meant to be in your life. But it doesn't matter. Like, they're asking me to share this. Coffin, no one's going to die, okay? That's not what it means. It says endings bring new beginnings. Again, it says growth. Change, liberation, and transition. Okay, that's beautiful. So if anything, so what's going to end is the dynamic between the chaser and the runner. You guys are going to be able to come together. Because by you focusing on your healing, you are by default healing them. And you're leaving space for them to show up in a different way. It says liberation. You're going to be liberated from all the toxicity. Okay? You're going to be able to transition. It says endings bring new beginnings. Now we have the chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment, runner in codependent relationship, fear of intimacy and listening to ego. So this person has a fear of intimacy. They might have been, they might have felt some kind of neglect growing up or something like that. That the moment that something gets too close, whether they mean it or not, they run or they can't open up all the way, and they could even seem a little bit cold. All right? So I don't think it's an accident that they had me pick this ritual, okay? Because even though I wrote down your questions, I did not channel all your questions beforehand. Like, I'm doing it on the spot. So if I look at your question, I have no idea this person could be cold because I didn't channel it until now. But it makes complete freaking sense that is why part of the reason why they had me pick that ritual for this group, okay? This person falls into fear a lot. What they're afraid is of conflict. They're deathly afraid of conflict, okay? Because if you chase and you guys get in arguments and stuff, they are deathly afraid of that, to the point where even though they love you, etc., they have a hard time trusting. Maybe their parent was that way, they have a hard time with that. And you have a hard time. You get extremely angry when you feel like this person doesn't care. All right. But listen, no matter what happens, you probably still have another cycle, another go around with this person. Yeah, because you guys are going to release in reverse. That's not an accident. They came out that way. Devil energy that you guys have, okay? That doesn't mean that you have a demon or anything like that. It's just like your toxicity. The things that make you want to chase, the things that make you want to run, okay? You guys are going to release that. But I need you to do a little bit more of the work. You don't have to tell him this. You don't have to, none of that. Just start doing the work on your own, and it's going to push him to do it too. See? Again, death and transformation. There's a death card. You guys are going through a death and transformation process. Okay, right now. And listen, it's hard. It's hard to clear out old aspects of you, things that used to hold you back, because you're used to being one way. But there's a big omen of transformation here, so that you can become an empress. Hold on. So what is the, I'm going to use another deck. Where do you think this relationship can go? But I already told you. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. The 4 of Wands, which is also known as the 11-11 union card in many decks. It means home. It means family. But you know what's interesting about this deck? They never have me choose a deck for no reason. Okay? This deck, which is called the Urban Tarot, in particular, shows a marathon. And then it says completion. The number 4 signifies stability. So you guys are going to reach a place of stability. A marathon means like a long journey. You guys are going to make it. There's going to be a point where they realize there's nobody like you. Nobody that they'd rather be with. You see? Judgment. Here it's called the Eon. Judgment means Judgment Day, releasing all of the things that are in the coffin, okay, and being and coming forward like brand new. Because the Judgment card is also someone coming back around, okay? And everything's just going to be very different. And again, no accident as to... no accidents as to why they had me pick this deck. Look, you see, but you know, right now, what they want you to focus on, you see, no accidents. The Queen of Cups and the Five of Wands, which is strife, arguments, power struggle. Look at you guys, arm wrestling, okay? The Queen of Cups in this deck is literally a therapist. It says the therapist. You guys need to go to therapy. You guys need help. You need to grow. Look up attachment issues, you know, all of that stuff. That's what's going to help this manifest. Showing effort in that department. You don't have to push this person to do that, because by telling people what to do, you're deflecting from your own healing. You do it. You do it. You do it. Go to therapy so that you can heal this. And also so you can recognize your own pattern, and you could also recognize theirs. So you can know how to react in a way that doesn't trigger them. Because that's the truth. You don't want to say, oh, I don't want to walk on eggshells. But sometimes we have to a little bit understand somebody's triggers so that we can be a little, you know, accommodating, so that they can, not coddling, not like babying them, but like it'll leave space for them to slowly feel comfortable and then release it. A therapist is going to help you with that, okay? So that was a clear message, and they confirmed that pretty clearly. So I hope this helped. Your next question, should I sell my inheritance to my cousin's husband ASAP? I believed so. I believe so because I feel that there's a lot attached to this inheritance that could be a problem later on, like a bigger problem, and you don't see it. Like it's going to leave you with more of a responsibility than you think, okay? It's going to lead you with more of a, look, and that just fell out, which is Five of Wands, Lord of Strife. This is like arguments and stuff. I mean, it might be arguments between you and people, like the shares and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's some kind of conflict that will arise from it. So the Divine's like, it's better for you to just get rid of it. Okay, honestly, that is a good choice. I'll pull some cards on that, but that was a pretty clear answer. Look, the Emperor is your uncle. I mean, your cousin's husband. Okay, Three of Pentacles. Usually, it says Lord of Material Work. The Three of Pentacles is usually a workplace or something like that. And the traditional tarot deck, it literally shows two people and then one person and somebody giving them like a contract or something. I kid you not. Go look at it. Go look up the Three of Pentacles Rider-Waite Tarot. Like that's what it is. So it shows like it literally is you handing it over to look, the Emperor and the Empress, you handing it over to this person. And the Three of Pentacles is like you, this person, and the inheritance, or there's three people involved, okay? But that's a positive omen, okay? Number 3 is a positive omen. See, a positive omen, Sun card. It is better for you to just get this out of... Look, with Justice card, Justice could also be like the legal system, etc. It's going to be something, and also the Hierophant could be like the legal system, okay? And like commitments and stuff like that. So with the Sun, that's the most powerful sign that this is the right thing to do, okay? It'll be worth it even in the long run, okay? I'm telling you. All right, Beata, I hope that this resonated. I hope that it helped, and I hope that your $60 was worth it. All right. Now we're going to what is wrong? Why can't I speak today? Jeez. Now we're going to go into Maureen Hayes. Yay. Okay. Thank you for booking. I'm so happy to read for you. Okay. And definitely, if you're here for a reason. no accidents, or very limited spots. And if you got one, you were meant to be here. I wrote down your questions. Let me read them. I didn't channel them before the reading or anything because I want to just pick up the energy on the spot. Number 1, what's happening in my love life between now and the end of the year? My birthday is December 28th. Happy birthday. And I'm hoping to at least have a date. I get it. Number 2, will my business be successful in the next 4 to 6 months? Well, that is an absolute yes off the bat, okay? The first one I'm not gonna like, the first one I can't answer. Oh, jeez. Does it have something to do with food? No, it doesn't particularly have to be, but you know. Damn, now we have the Lover's card too. But there's a disappointment card. But the first one I have to go into it a little bit. But listen, but then we got the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is wealth. But you know what? Underneath the wealth card, like the 2 times that we got beautiful cards that demonstrate like success, I keep getting like a yucky card underneath it. Okay? So I'm going to go into your second question first, and I'll go into the first one. So basically what this is saying is it is going to be successful. Okay, it is going to be successful, but not without some kind of devil energy, whatever that means. Okay, like there's going to be some kind of like pitfalls or issues along the way, but the divine's going to temper it out. Costumes designer, filmmaker, I don't know. We already got 3 types of things here. Okay, so I don't know if any of those 3 resonate with you. That's like even crazier. It doesn't have to though. All right. You might have, I don't know if you're doing business, if there's a man involved in your business, okay? You might have an issue. You didn't even ask this question, but you might have an issue along the line with this person and their involvement in this business, okay? Because this Emperor looks very dark, okay? Like he's in dark energy. He's demonstrated as a politician, and you know that politicians can be a little bit like, they could promise the world and then, you know, but the divine wants you to know that if you find some kind of an issue with an Emperor or in general in the next 4 to 6 months, that's guaranteed. But if you keep working hard, honey, there's the 8 of Pentacles, which is working. And here he's like looking at watches and jewelry and stuff. If you continue to show prudence, it says, continue to work hard towards something, okay? Put your dedication, attention to detail, despite whatever issues, you know, along the way. You are going to be very successful. I mean, like, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. The 10 of Pentacles in other decks shows like a marriage, you know, it shows like, you know, a home and like someone together with 2 kids running around and an elder in a house and a castle. This deck in particular says wealth, with like material wealth. So that's confirming that. Okay, 100%. Oh, shit. Excuse my language. Sometimes I say bad words, like naughty words, without even wanting to. Look how those cards were just there. How could you ignore that? The 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups? What? There's absolutely a union forming here for you. Okay? I'm going to be honest, though. Though 10 plus 2 is 12 and it's December. You could possibly... I see a meeting between you and somebody by the end of the year. But I don't think that it's going to be like what you expect. Like, oh my God, like, oh, let's get married. Like by the end of the year, you know, anything like that. But you're just going to have fun. I see that. But holy shit, you don't even realize that you have a relationship forming soon. Like soon. So prepare yourself for that. Look at that. Ace of Cups. Somebody, a brand new beginning in love, pours out their emotion to you. This is divinely guided. Look at that angel. Okay? You don't even see this coming. Okay? You don't even see this coming. But honey, you're not going to be single for long. Within the next 6 months, something's going to get a lot more serious. I promise. I promise. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. What the hell? Sorry. That was totally an accident. I can't. When things like this happen to the... Okay, at this point, see the Divine's like, listen, I had the Universe card, the World card come out 100 times already. You saw that it kept trying to flip and I kept putting it back, trying to flip, and it like literally did acrobatics just to come out here again. Like, no lie. It's called the Universe card in this deck, but it's actually it's World card, okay? And look at you in your power going up those steps. The World card signifies the closing out of an old cycle. So whatever cycle you've been going through with love and, you know, lack of self-esteem, etc., is over. But you know what I noticed? And I've never noticed that in this deck. She's wearing glitter shoes. And I just associate glitter shoes with New Year's Eve. Like, you know, you're dressed up. People dress up for New Year's Eve and wear sparkly things and wear gold, etc. And she's also wearing a green dress, which could be Christmas. Okay? It's definitely like celebratory energy. Okay? So when you asked if you're going to have at least a date, I do believe so. Okay? Or you're going to go out somewhere and going to meet with someone. Absolutely. I'm telling you, in the next 6 months, you don't even see it. There's a relationship forming. I kid you not. And it's really hard for me because there's people that like ask me about like people that they're dealing with, etc. And I just like, I have to tell them like, listen, like this person sucks. Or you're going to be single for the next 3 years. I've done it. Excuse me. I've done it. But this is what I see for you. Why did I pick this up? Oh my God. You are not going to believe this. I have chills. I have the chills up and down. Holy shit. That is just confirmation number one. Do this ritual. I don't think you can see it on the device. It says, hold on, can you? There's a glare, like I don't think you can see it. I don't think you can see it. It says, there's a stamp here. It says, best by December 28th, 2024. Holy shit, your birthday's December 28th. Don't you love when the divine confirms things like that? That is insane. And it was so impulsive. Like, why would I even look at that when I was doing the ritual? Like, I have no reason to focus on the stamp. And it was just an involuntary movement. I was just like, and I'm like, why are they having me stare at it? That's why. You know what this means? Like I said, something, you're not going to be single soon for long. You're going to be in a union. Okay? And I was talking about, I have to tell people they're going to be single for the next 3 years, whatever, and that's hard. But you know what they was doing? And then they had me do that. That's an omen. Like I said, you're going to be in a union very quick. But by December 28th, 2024, that's when you're going to be like if you're in a relationship, that's like going to be like the marriage, you know? Like something huge is going to happen by that day, and probably on your actual freaking birthday. It says December 28th, 2024, like clear as day. Remember that. This reading is for keeps. It's always going to be here. Oh my God. I love when they confirm like that. Like, that's crazy. I hope this helped, Maureen. Okay, the next one is Crystal. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a second. I think I wrote this wrong. What? What? Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, so back to what I was saying. The next one is for Crystal. Crystal, I love that name. Crystal, how has this separation been affecting my twin? What does he want me to know right now? Those are your two questions. Hold on. You know that I like to channel before I show you the cards. This person has done so much to run away from intimacy. It's crazy. Okay? Because of their own healing that's needed, their own attachment issues, they might be dismissive. You guys trigger each other like freaking crazy. There's no doubt in my mind. I just saw like the Lover's card that this is a divine connection. And I always say this is not the Disney Channel, but there have been many people that I have just been like, listen, this person sucks. I'm sorry. Like, they're not the one. And it's hard to deliver those kind of messages, you know, but like, I'm not here to lie. So if I say it, I say it. Like, this is your person. And I know you know that. Because you guys have a very unique connection that not a lot of people have. I don't know if you've known them since childhood. If not, like, it's like the energy of like, I've known you for like forever. And I saw the Six of Cups for that. But this person has not just been like running from you, but they're running from life, you know, like they've been wanting to make a change in their life a lot, and then they relapse into like old patterns, etc., and trying to distract themselves, etc. But they're really at a place right now where you would be so surprised. Like, they've been putting a lot of work into themselves. I'm seeing they saw the Hierophant for that, like self-help books, like searching up things that you didn't even think they would be open to searching, trying to help themselves. Okay, trying to help themselves a lot. Okay, so that they can grow. And I feel like you don't even know this, like how much work they're putting into themselves. There's something about your separation this time alone that made them like really realize how significant you are in their life. Okay. But it also made them realize like that they have some kind of an issue. They have some kind of a problem. Like, there was a separation only for them to be on their own and realize like they have something to work on. Like, when all was said and done, they realize like you're not perfect, but they realize they're part too. And there was a time where they were not able to do that. Okay. So that's how this is affecting them. And it's a beautiful thing. So this is definitely part of the journey, the separation that was supposed to happen in that way. Right this second, though, this person's like definitely thinking of you. I see like communication cards, like Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. They probably will communicate. There might be some communication during the holidays, okay? Okay. What he wants you to know is everything that I just said. And I feel like he's going to communicate with you. The first couple conversations might be kind of like awkward or short, etc. But it's going to very quickly change. See? It's going to be a brand new beginning. Oh my God. Look, arguments, etc. Here it says the therapist. That's confirming. After that is the Three of Swords. The therapist and the Three of Swords. And you know what's interesting? Like, obviously you could dress however you want, but like this could signify both of you. But like these jeans, like the person sitting right here, like it looks like kind of like man clothes, right? Doesn't have to be. But that's a therapist. With the Three of Swords, which is sorrow, heartbreak. Like, I don't think you even realize this person might have even signed up for that. Yes, hold on one second. Honey, I'm working.
Did you buy protein shakes for me?
Protein shakes? Those are my protein shakes, but if you really want one, you can have it. Now, honey, I'm recording.
Like the ones of Impulso?
Yeah, honey, I'm working, honey.
Impulso?
No, you can have one. Mila, I'm recording right now. Thank you. Close my door, please. I'm so sorry. My daughter really likes protein shakes. And sometimes I have to speak a little firmer. Like, I just told you to go. I just told you to go. I just told you to go. She keeps it. It's like I didn't say it. It's like I didn't say it. Did you catch that? It's like I didn't say a word. She's like, yeah, okay. Let me just keep asking. Don't you love children? Anyway, this is just confirming what I said. Like, it says the therapist and sorrow. The Three of Swords is heartbreak. They're going to therapy or like self-help books, etc. for their own issues, and they're ready to take a leap of faith for their own life and for you. Like, look at him at the edge of the building like that. Holy shoot. These cards are so difficult to... Jesus Christ. These cards are so difficult to shuffle. It's unbelievable. Hold on. Let me just shuffle 3 times. They're so big. I always say, like, it's unnecessary to make cards this big. They're just hard to shuffle. I mean, it's nice and everything, but 1, 2... 3. Yeah, there's going to be a tower moment that's going to happen between you guys. A tower moment is like something... Shoot. What's the tower moment? The freaking... Look at that. The judgment card. Here it's called Eon. The judgment card is, okay, releasing the baggage. Oh, like the, you know, everything that's held you back, and it's someone coming back around. The Tower card in timing is usually like 8 days for me, for whatever. Like something very sudden. What's sudden is like literally there's a man here like about to take a leap. So you might get sudden communication. Like I said, like a sudden come around. I don't think that you even like expect it at all. But I'm getting this energy like clear as day. And what is it about? Moon, like all of the deep stuff. 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is the single abundant person, right? So it's like while they were while they were alone with the Wheel of Fortune, they were learning karmic lessons. They were working on themselves, their stability. Deep things. And all they could think about is you. Okay? Because they see their part in it. You're going to hear from this person soon. Okay, Crystal, I hope that this helped. I hope that booking was worth it. You don't have to comment down below, but if you want to. Okay. The next one, hold on. Okay. The next one is for Deanna Heater. What's up, Deanna? What steps, let me read your questions. What steps should I be taking career-wise? I've been feeling blocked. Is my boyfriend my true twin? Yeah, you're not supposed to be with someone else. Are you kidding me? Your own fears, your own blockages are making you doubt everything. Because you're doubting like your career, you're doubting your purpose, you're doubting everything. And I think you're shutting him out without even realizing it. Okay, so you have to kind of like work on that. Okay, be a little bit more seductive, the seducer. There's like a spark that's missing because of your own blockages, and that's going to affect your connection. There's a need to strengthen it. Remember that relationships are always like work. If you have anywhere in your mind like that you doubt if this person's your twin, your true twin, you're giving off that energy even if you don't say it. Because there's something that's making you feel that way. If it was like all like you're missing some kind of a feeling inside that makes you feel like, no, this is my one and only. What is that? You have to like look within, like what's making you feel that way. I think that it comes from your own fear of like abandonment. Even though this person hasn't given you signs that they're going to do that, there's always a part of you that associates intimacy with like depressed feelings or disappointment, whether you realize it or not. Sometimes it's like very subconscious. So when someone's actually your boy, like you could have been so excited, like this is my twin, etc. Like before you guys got into an actual relationship, or you know, like made it official. And then once you finally have a relationship with this person for real, you start kind of like losing interest a little bit, or like getting a little bit turned off and feeling blocked and starting to doubt it, even if you don't share it. And that is more a reflection of your own fears and things you have to heal. Look into attachment. issues, okay? Take one of those tests online that's like, what's my attachment style? And start doing research and really work on it. You know, I don't believe that there's an accident as to why they made me, they guided me to share the ritual that I shared for this group in particular, because that's everything to do with this energy too. This is going to help you sweeten up, you know, and release these kind of feelings, and also going to help him open up and speak a little bit sweeter in a way that is going to reassure you and again, like, you know, have the seduction quality that you miss, and reassure you that you guys are meant to be together. I want to apologize if you hear piano. My daughter plays the piano. She taught herself by ear since she was 2 years old. It's very distracting to me right now. Like, I'm almost even losing my thought. But I can't tell her to stop. Okay, so I'm so sorry. Okay. What's next? Give me a second. I have to tell her to stop. I can't focus. Sorry. Yeah, she totally got so, being a typical 9-year-old, she got so annoyed with me. I never have to play my piano. I'm like, you have a whole, because she has a keyboard in the Dominican Republic where we live, but here we have like an actual piano. That was hers when we lived here. But you can't ship a piano overseas. They're very delicate things. And it's also very expensive to do that, even if it was like possible. But I don't think it's possible. So when she comes here, she gets so excited because she has it's not the same playing a keyboard. So she got annoyed, but I cannot, I can't focus. All right. But you know what? Everything's an omen. Everything's an omen. That's kind of how you might be feeling like that too. Like, you can't even focus on, you don't even know what the hell you want. Like, you feel blocked, you know? You know, this is interesting. This is about the everything that we said about your love connection before. And that's confirmation, the dragonfly. I don't know if you've seen dragonflies lately. It says, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. It says adapt, change, and heal. Well, the thing that's coming to light, it's obviously nothing bad because it says be lighthearted. The thing that's coming to light, I feel like, is the information that I'm giving you. And it's like, isn't it crazy that like this card kind of depicts everything that we spoke about, like the ritual, what it's about. I'm saying that, you know, everything that we said, you have to be a little bit more lighthearted. And you have to adapt to trusting in this person, in this relationship. And change your frame of thinking that keeps you in this doubt and these blockages, and you can heal. And I think that the path to do that is really looking into attachment styles. Because I feel like you don't even realize that you have like a very deep feeling that you're not enough. And it comes from like childhood programming. Maybe you were with a really, like someone that raised you was really freaking toxic, you know, shamed you a lot. So even though you're confident, okay, that has everything to do with why you feel blocked career-wise and why you doubt your connection. It's very deep. Because whether you realize it or not, you don't know what steps to take in career, etc., because you feel almost like a fear of success and you sabotage. You're not in touch with yourself. Because when you have like a deep core wound of shame, like you almost don't even feel like you deserve to be your true self, because a long time ago you were told that that wasn't enough. And I'm telling you, you might be like, what are you talking about? Like, no way, I feel like that. Sometimes. Remember, the subconscious mind dictates 95%. Only 5% of our actions is conscious. The rest, 95% of our brain, is subconscious programming, like things that you're not even aware of, but drive everything that you do. This drives your blockage in terms of career. Like, you're not in touch with yourself because you put that person away a long time ago because it was shamed. And that's why you doubt like your boyfriend also, because somewhere deep down inside you feel like you're not even worthy of true love. You got to work on that. It says frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. Okay? I'm going to tell you, heart with a key. You got to open your heart. You got to get it in tune with yourself again. Welcoming love. You got to welcome love again. Meeting the one. Open your heart. Getting together and perfect. You have to open your heart more. I feel like this was the divine's guiding you to like the steps that you need to heal to make this better. It's going to help you, okay, also with your decisions in career. What steps should you be taking career-wise? You don't know if you have to go back to school, if you should open a business, a side hustle. I feel like you've been thinking of ways to... First of all, wherever you're at right now, you got to change it because it's like a toxic energy. Or it's just like repetitive, right? We all have to pay the bills. So you can't just quit your job. But in the meantime, like I feel like you're gonna find something that you can do on your own. But in the meantime, I feel like you should just find another workplace. Or look for it if you can. If not, it's just to let you know that the energy there is not good for you. Has a lot to do with your blockage. Just like every day the same shit. Okay? And the reason that you feel like unsatisfied is because you're not supposed to be there, if that's the case. And if you're not making any money right now, then that feeling of not needing to be there is like you're not supposed to be in the energy that you're in, but I feel like you're somewhere. Okay? I personally see you, and I don't even think that you've even really fully thought about it, but I had a vision of you doing something online. I don't know, like maybe opening an Etsy shop, selling things, or on Fiverr, you know, offering services, etc. I feel like it might go really slow in the beginning, but if you start doing that, it's going to open a door for it to grow and grow and grow, and it's going to be a primary source of income, or even enough for like you to find somewhere to work and only part-time, and then you could do this because it's going to give you like enough money to be able to do that. I saw that. I don't even know if you even thought about doing that, but if you did, you can confirm down below. If not, this is just what they're saying. They're just advising you. What you really have an urge to do, I want to tell you why you feel blocked. Like I said, what you really feel is a disconnection from yourself because of everything that I said. So look into attachment wounds, or maybe even seek a therapist and tell them what I said. And that'll be an avenue towards the healing. But besides that, I think you should give the online thing a go. The heck? You should give the online thing a go. The Three of Cups is abundance. Abundance in what? In money. The Eight of Pentacles is working towards something. Okay, and the Three of Cups is like celebration, etc. Okay, I really see that. Freaking Ace of Pentacles. Look, it's gonna... That's a brand new beginning, like with like finances. Give it a go. Give it a go. I don't want any more from here. If you don't know where to start, look into the websites. When people sell things by like going to wholesalers or from China or from local people, or like people sell t-shirts and they have their own machine to make them, or like you offer some kind of service like to edit stuff on like Fiverr, whatever the case may be, they're not telling me specific, but I'm seeing that. Okay. All right. I hope that this resonated, Deanna, and I hope that this helped. Hold on. I need like a second to just regroup myself before I go into the next ones, because I just did 4 in a row, and that's a lot of freaking energy. So I just need like a minute of silence. All right, the next one is for Angelica. Angelica Gomez. Let's see, let's read your questions, and I hope that this reading resonates and delivers the messages that that you need. But I know that you will, because I don't believe in accidents. Like, if you're here for a reading, the spirits are here to share things with you. Number 1, do you see a reconciliation between Edwin and myself and time frame? I just got the only headache out of freaking nowhere as soon as I tapped into your energy. Do you suffer from headaches lately, or it's just the stress? Oh my God. Because this hurts you a lot. You know, this ritual is going to help you a lot. I really need you to do this. So put his name on it, okay? Put his name on the paper. Put his name on the paper. He has an issue with that because of all the struggles that you guys have gone through. Okay? Like, he has a hard time letting go of grudges and stuff. Yeah, hard time. Hard time seeing that people can change, that things can change, that you can work on things. Like, it's like black or white, you know? And he gets very triggered with conflict. You know, you just have totally different mindsets on things. Like, he sees it like very black and white. Like, it's just not going to work for obvious reasons. Obviously, we're not compatible, and you're more the person like, hey, we're not perfect people, but if love is there, we can work towards it. Like, that's the difference in your thought process. That's the problem. So with this is going to help with that. Yes? King? Let me pause it again. Sorry, Angelica, for the pause. I'm in New Jersey visiting my parents. Obviously, I don't live here anymore. So when I'm here, I'm in my parents' house. And I'm in the basement, the only place where they have a table. And my mother needed to come down and get something from the dryer. I can't tell her no. So when she came down, I had to stop in. So she got what she needed. All right, nonetheless. It's like a big chunk. It's like a chunk of time for me, but when you're just piecing this back together, it's quick, right? All right. I lost my train of thought, though. But yeah, I think that this in particular, see, I know that we're not guided to share anything for like no reason, right? Like, this is definitely going to be useful for you guys. Because that's what's missing. It's exactly that. As long as you keep pushing like your narrative and your way of thinking on him, it's not going to work either once he comes back, etc. Like, yeah, but you know, we're not perfect, then we can work on it together and like grow. Like, he just does not see things that way. Like, he's just the kind of person like, just show me that you're changing. You might be a very combative person, someone that gets emotional quickly, and then you feel bad. Like, why are you shaming me for that? Like, feelings are natural. Like, you should just be there for me. But he gets really triggered by it. So he feels like you're not taking him into account, you know, things like that. And then you just feel like, okay, but we're not perfect. Why can't we just be on board to work on it together? Well, because he's just the kind of person that's just like, you're either going to show me that this is different or not. It's been the same shit for like how long now, you know? That's what it is. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the energy I'm picking up on. But I feel like again, and it's crazy because I've been recommending this to like almost everybody, but like, you know, I feel like groups of the collective, I've noticed, it's crazy, but that's just how energy works. Like, without, obviously not on purpose, because people just booked as spots were open, like whatever was open, that's what they took, that's what they booked. And it's crazy how like for every video that I've done, the group of people that signed up had very similar energy and similar questions. like for example, like the first video and the second video, the questions between the people were like almost totally different, and this one too. But somehow all of your questions, like in this group, same thing, like it's around the same kind of stuff. Like, but that's how it is. It's like likes attract likes, you know. And I've been recommending this to like everybody, which is the attachment issues. Okay, you gotta work, and I know you've looked into it, but you gotta work a little bit more on that. Like, really put an effort, not just on your own, but like learning him, learning him, because he is going to come back. But we have free will. But you could start the same negative cycle again, and then it's going to be a terrible. Like, you have, once this person comes back, you're going to have, like, it's going to be like the Wheel of Fortune, like a test of free will. Like, what path you're going to go with him. Okay? So I do see reconciliation with this person. But it could either go the distance, or it could be very short-lived, because this person's going to come back with, like, no patience. Okay? Even though you're like, why does this person have no patience? I'm the one that has no freaking patience with them. Like, get angry. I'm telling you, you're not seeing it from his eyes, though. You're both not perfect. You're not. I saw the Tower card. I honestly feel like you guys are going to communicate soon. Like, even by the end of the year. But the more that you do this, like, this healing and look into what I'm saying, once you communicate, you're going to communicate in a different way. It's going to catch him off guard. And it's going to make him drop his guard little by little by little. And you're going to be surprised. Once that happens, he starts to trust you very quick. It's like, oh, that's all he's waiting for. Like, to be honest, he's always wanted to be with you. His dream is to be with you. He just really, really feels that you're incompatible because of your strife. Because the thing is, I feel like maybe you grew up in a place where like parents like argued a lot, or people argued a lot. So it's programmed in your subconscious mind, and you have to unprogram it. Whereas, like, you can have a conflict with someone in an argument and then get over it tomorrow. Be like, okay, we were angry. Like, I just shared my emotions passionately. Like, we can move on now. I think he doesn't see it like that. Okay? He grew up somewhere where, like, maybe someone argued a lot, but then he had to, like, shut his mouth. And it made him feel uncomfortable. So that triggers him. You know, it could be a dynamic like that. Or something along those lines. You know? So that's the issue, is that you got to find a new way to communicate and express yourself and stuff. But that comes with your working on yourself. But, you know, the thing is that he's never really let you go. Like, he's always been in love with you. He's always, and believe it or not, he's always had a dream of you guys being together. Like, he has... People think that men don't, like, think about weddings and, like, all this romantic shit. You don't even know that they do. They do secretly. They probably won't share it because of whatever, you know? Like, society makes them feel like a certain kind of way. But he has, like, he freaking, like, dreams about, like, having dogs together and stuff like that. I swear, like, if you had kids, what would they look like? Like, he's had these kind of thoughts with you. Like, you're his dream. But he's just like, he has it inside, like, we're just not compatible. Or he also feels like he has nothing to offer you. But I'm telling you that once you talk, the moment that you start showing up different, he's noticed a difference in you. He's going to, like, out of nowhere one day just want to be with you. Because he's going to see, like, he's just dying for the day that something's a little bit different. But if you guys, if he opens up and then this cycle happens again, he's going to close down hard. All right. So I see you guys, like, talking one way or another by the end of the year. I do see, like, a union forming. There's going to be a very big change by June of 2023. Mark my words. But I want you to know something about time. Time doesn't exist. So that could be what's in the cards right now. But depending on your choices, you can push that date. You can push it. You can change. You can accrue more karmic lessons and then it change. Because the divine's not thinking about time. The divine is thinking about energy and your lessons, no matter how long it takes. That's the truth. But as long as you follow this advice, that's what it is. I kid you not. Boom. I did channel the Tower. The Knight of Cups, the seducer. What's going to happen suddenly is, like, somebody like talking to you in this way. I'm telling you. Didn't I say the Tower is like something like sudden, like a sudden change? Didn't I? Did I? I don't even remember if I said that, but I'm feeling the energy like I did. He might even invite you to go like have a drink with him or something, or talk one way or another. And it's going to be pleasant. And it's going to be pleasant. This ritual is probably going to work. Okay? Okay, I see that. Shoot. Let me at least shuffle, please. 3 times. 1. 2. 3. Look at that. I'm telling you. Now we have the 6 of Cups, which is somebody from the past. Reconciliation with somebody from the past. This is somebody from the past coming back around. And the Universe card, which is the World card, which is closing out old cycles. The Tower card, this very gives me vibes of like the universe is closing out old cycles. It's like the end of the year, like New Year's Eve kind of energy. And here's the reference to alcohol again. Maybe you guys will come get together for some drinks. Okay. Something's going to happen suddenly. I'm telling you, something's going to change suddenly. What is he? It's going to be very happy. 9 of Cups. You guys might come together like to chill or something like that. This is happiness. People are like in a gathering there in the sun. Okay? If you come forward in a different way, you see as the Empress, which is like nurturing, open. Keep that, look at the stars above her head. Keep that healing in your mind. It's going to be different. Keys on a ring, girl talk. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Okay. For whatever reason, especially if like I'm seeing this, you might have like a sexual encounter with this person out of nowhere. I just like living in the moment. It might start like that. Okay. But don't let it trigger you. That might happen. But, you know, another thing that I'm getting is that, you know, this person has been flirting with other people, spending times with friends, trying to be single, living in the moment, you know, like all this shit. But what they're really doing was avoiding the feelings that they had for you. It's nothing serious. If you wondered, it's nothing serious. And all of that's going to go away the moment that you guys talk again. Look at the butterfly. See, I told you. Look. Relationship evolving into the next phase. Healing the inner child and growth. So all of that is he's not satisfied. Like, he wants something serious. Angelica, your next question is, what messages from spirits for my loved ones for what's to come in 2023 around love and money? There is a need for you to stop spending your money so much, so easily. I'm going to be honest. There's going to be some unexpected, look, a lot of money. That's good. There's going to be some unexpected 2 things: unexpected income and also unexpected expenses that happens. So the way that I'm seeing this, and it might be related to your house, I don't know, maybe you have to move, maybe a mortgage, maybe something, or a letter's gonna come to your house, something like that. The way that I'm seeing this is like stacking up your coins, though, not just like you're gonna win the lottery. That's the way I see it. It's like they're saying to save your money. You see, like, there's a big ass pile there. Excuse my language. Okay, save your money because you're going to have an expense that's going to come up out of nowhere. That's the truth. Okay? And it's part of life. I also see you, look, there's marriage. There's a journey. You don't even notice. And it might come together during like October, June to October. You are heading towards that direction. You are headed towards that direction. Marriage. You are. That's what's coming in 2023. Bills and a connection. I have to tell you the truth. I'm not here to lie. So if I were you, what they're trying to say is, honey, save your damn money. The living room, and it might have to do with your house, because you have to focus on your home and having money to pay your bills at home. Okay? You might be pushed to find another job, I'm going to be honest. Okay? Or work a little bit harder at what you do, but I feel like you have to like do something different. Okay? Or find a way to make additional income. That's the truth. Okay? I'm sorry. Like, I don't do fairy tales, but that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. All right, Angelica, I hope that this reading helps you. I hope that you feel that it was worth it. And I hope you feel like the divine gave you the messages that reached you deeply. Okay. The next one is Tracy Wentzloff. Hi, Tracy. Thank you for booking with me. What does Spirit want me to focus on for 2023? And will I be meeting my life partner in 2023? I'm getting a lot of messages for you, Tracy. Number one, the divine wants to commend you, and they're very, very proud of you for the amount of effort that you've put into your healing journey. Okay? They see how far you've come, especially in the last year. The angels have been there with you along the way. Don't lose faith in them. Don't lose faith in your journey. Don't lose faith in God, okay? You are supported always. And they're really proud of you actually putting so much work into closing out cycles within you that stop you from your abundance. The divine has really held back from sending you your life partner because they wanted you to focus on yourself, not because you're not worthy or anything like that. That's the truth. They wanted you to focus on that. But Spirit wants you to focus on it a little bit more, okay? They want you to focus on your health, your well-being. There's something about weight, okay? I'm not calling you fat or anything or skinny. I'm not calling you none of that. But there's a need to watch what you're eating. Maybe not just for weight loss, for health, okay? There's something about that. And this is not a health channel. They don't usually give me these kind of messages to share, but they're telling me that clear as day. Okay? And I just looked at, there's like a pamphlet in front of me, and my eye just like zeroed in on it for no reason, and it says blood sugar. You might have to watch your sugar intake. I mean, again, this is not a health channel. Always, talk to your doctor. If this is tarot reading, don't take advice from a tarot reading 100% without talking to your doctor, okay? Obviously. But I just zeroed in. I just looked at that, and like this pamphlet is right in front of me. And for whatever reason, my eye just went directly to the sentence that said blood sugar. So you might not realize like how much that has to do with your moods, like the swings, like up and down, up and down, up and down. Like there has to be a limit on it. I'm going to read what this pamphlet says. It says, it's why a medium-sized bagel has the same impact on your blood sugar as eating 8 teaspoons of sugar. And that's just one example. Many foods loaded with simple refined carbs can have a similar impact on your blood sugar. That there's something about that. And I don't usually mention that. It's like, but this has something to do with your overall journey. Because the divine wants you to get to a place where you are feeling good, where you're confident, where you can be in the energy to attract your abundance, because like your energy, your aura needs to be cleansed. Okay, and it'll be cleansed in the form of your diet and things like that. Okay, they want you to focus on that, and they also want you to focus on, like, keep on your journey. Like, you're doing a great job. I have to be honest, I don't see any major career changes in 2023 or anything like that. I really don't. I don't see that. I see it in 2024. I don't see it in 2023. But what I do see is love entering your life. Somewhere around April, May, okay, things are going to change drastically. But remember that time is fluid. It all depends on karmic lessons, and the divine doesn't know time. So like, if you don't learn your lessons, if you don't work on the things that they're telling you right now, it could be pushed. But I feel like this is the year where you've gotten to a place where you can invite love, because I feel like you were a hot mess at some point. Like, even if you wanted love, like, you did not have the environment to allow it in. Okay, so they want you to work on like getting to a place where you're confident, like where you know that if you meet someone, like you'll be like your most confident self. And I feel like you are going to reach that in 2023. Okay, and I do think that the person that you meet, it's going to be a very significant relationship, if not like the person like that you're going to end up with, because you're at an age where you're not just trying to commit to people for no reason. Like, you know, unless you see like serious potential. Look at that, the Strength card, didn't I say? And Virtue. That has everything to do with the messages that they were sharing with you, that they want you to continue to work on your strength. Okay? Like, be virtuous. Don't give up. Okay, the Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to sail in. So keep strengthening yourself in all of the departments that we spoke about. You know, be virtuous, because your ships are on their way. Okay, your ships are sailing in. So you just got to keep getting to your best plate, like the best part, like the most confident state, so that you can invite this in, because it's meant to happen. Like now. Like now. See? The Six of Wands. It says victory. But she's literally at the finish line. Look at that. She's a marathon runner. And she reached the finish line. Like, you're reaching the finish line now. Like, you've come so far. And then love is going to enter your life. I cannot shuffle. I can't with this deck anymore. It's too big. Okay. Let me shuffle 3 times. And I say Wheel of Fortune. Like, you're learning a lot of karmic lessons. You're going to have a very divine meeting this year. Look at that. I swear. Look. It's the Emperor with the Two of Cups back to back. The way that just stood out is crazy to me. Very divine meeting. The Wheel of Fortune is destiny. The Emperor is someone in masculine energy. Okay. And the Two of Cups is a partnership, Lord of Love. That is clear as day. Like, clear as day. Because you're going to be in a place where you can invite it in. So this is not the time to quit on your journey and start eating. Look, 10 of freaking cups. Oh my God, which is a union. Lord of perfected success, it says. This is a full-blown union that happens out of nowhere. 2 of cups, 10 of cups. So this is not the time to enter 2023 and after all your work, stop working on yourself, stop working on your healing, stop combing your hair, you know, stop going to therapist, start eating junk food and gaining 30 pounds. Like, this is not the time to do that. Okay, I feel like you've been there. Like, everyone has been in a place where they're not motivated. It's not the time to do that, because then you're blocking yourself from allowing this to come in. They want you to sort things out so that when this person arrives, like, you're ready to invite them in and you feel good. But dude, this is a freaking relationship. And this is a great person. Remember me. Remember me that I said that. Don't push them away. All right, I hope that this was a good reading for you. The next one is Caitlyn Foley. Hi, Caitlyn. I'm so happy to read for you. Hold on. That one. I'm so happy to read for you, Caitlyn. I don't know why I'm singing. But that's good that I'm singing. That's a good omen. Because at this point, I've done so many readings that you would think I'd be like exhausted, but I'm not. Like getting to your energy, I just got like a jolt of energy, which is good. Okay, let me read your questions. What does Jarrett need from me so we both have peace of mind and succeed together in 2023? Number 2. Sorry for the pause. I just like channeled something like, whoop, I get like messages like that. Number 2, what do the angels want me to prioritize most in 2023? No excuses to prepare. You wrote 2030. You wrote no excuses to prepare for 2030. Honey, 2030 is in 7 years. Why are you thinking about that? Or was that a typo? Well, you got to think about the future, but damn. And if it was a typo, then it's a sign. All right. Again, I don't think that any rituals that I'm guided to share is an accident. Okay. It was what the divine shared for this collective. So so how does this ritual that I was guided to share apply to you? It applies to your question. What does Jarrett need from me so that we both have peace of mind and succeed together? Well, this is something to do with it. Okay, which is like sweetness, working on communication, being less argumentative, less combative, and more open to controlling your emotions. Okay, I feel like you've done a really good job with that, but there's like a disconnect that's happening. You guys can get stuck in a negative cycle pretty easily. Okay, so this ritual, if there's anybody here that it's gonna help, honey, it's gonna help you a lot because this is needed. Jarrett is deathly afraid of conflict. Jarrett is deathly afraid of conflict. There's always going to be a part of him. He recognizes that he needs to heal. I'm getting like particular mother wounds. He gets that. And I'm proud of him and I'm proud of you because I feel like you guys have made strives to like heal your issues, but you still get triggered. But we always have to understand that people aren't perfect, right? So he's going to always, as much as he heals and like he's better and like opening himself up to love, etc., he is always going to have, it's never going to fully go away as much as he heals it and puts a lot of energy into healing it. You know, that's, sorry, I just got a message on my phone. That feeling of being deathly afraid of conflict is always going to be there to a certain degree. And sometimes we need to make a decision if we can handle that. We can criticize them all we want and say, listen, don't you see you're being irrational? Like you need to heal. Like you can't be afraid of conflict all the time, or you need to like meet in the middle. Like the more that you push, the more that he's going to back off. Okay? This is going to be one of those situations where you have to make a decision. Is this the man that you love? Well, then this is the man that you're signing up for. Okay? And these are the issues that he has. So, unfortunately, people can't just like change and be perfect for you. Okay? We have to compromise. And sometimes we have to work on things within ourselves just to accommodate the other person. As long as the other person also, you know, where it becomes a problem is if you're doing all this and the other person doesn't do it for you, then, you know, you have to talk about that too. But, you know, logically. But you always have to keep the other person, take the other person into account, because they're not you. And this is not Disney. And relationships take work. Okay? So you have to, and I feel like it's hard for you because it's natural. So you might be the kind of person that can like get in an argument, say something you don't mean in like 2 seconds, be like, listen, it was just anger. But this is the kind of person, however, that will hold on to that, even if they don't voice it to you, and hold on to that grudge for like the rest of your life, which is kind of ridiculous. But, you know, I feel you. But this is just who they are. So that's why I said this is going to be your choice. If you're going to choose to love this person, then this is the man that you're choosing. So therefore, you're choosing him with these issues, and you kind of have to then find a way to work with it. Okay? I just keep getting that they're deathly afraid of conflict. It makes them shut down like a hermit crab. And it makes them like to the point where it makes them like not want to be in a commitment. They might have a dismissive avoidant attachment, something like that. Okay? I feel like you guys probably have a conversation about like wanting to do the healing work so you can come together, and that's huge. And that's huge. Okay? That is beautiful, because a lot of people never get that. So I want you to know how much he loves you, and this is going to be successful. This is going to be successful. But you really got to take him into account. Okay? You got to show up for him in that way. Again, I'm going to say it again. This is where you make the choice of whether or not you're willing to compromise some like natural things that you do in order to keep him feeling okay. And by doing that, by default, he will mirror that back to you and do the same for you. Right? But as long as you like come forward with conflict and stuff, like he won't be able to bend for you either, because he's gonna feel like, why? Like it's not natural. But if you accommodate him in that way, whenever things come up to trigger you, you'll be able to have a conversation, and he'll be able to logically be like, well, she does a lot for me, so I should do a lot for her. That's just like the unspoken. Okay? So maybe on your own, you don't have to involve him in everything. Like go into like search attachment wounds and like how to communicate. If you want to speak to a therapist, speak to a therapist. Do a lot of meditations. Like check attachment stuff, but like really learn how to woosah, okay? And learn how to communicate differently, and not just learn about yourself and your wounds and stuff, but learn him. Learn him like a book. See videos on his kind of behavior. Search attachment wounds and then find one that you think that resonates with him and learn him. There's videos out there that teach you like how they operate. And like, even though it sounds like counterintuitive, like, oh, like this freaking, like, what kind of relationship is this? And like, we have to put like work into it. Like, and it makes you feel like the romance is dead. You have to, like, it's, if you love this person, sometimes you gotta do the work like that. And then over time, it becomes second nature. And then you're not even thinking about it. You understand? You're just there for each other. But you got to learn him. I feel like he has trust issues. He has trust issues that like you mean what you say for whatever reason. I don't know if like maybe you used to argue a lot, and then you're like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, you know, whatever. And then all of a sudden it'll happen again. So then he has this thing in his head where like, I can't trust her word. So you have to show consistency. Inconsistency drives him insane. So I want you, next time you have a conversation, to mention all of these keywords in a way that you're talking not about yourself, but about how you recognize him. He needs to feel heard. Okay? Tell him, I realize that inconsistency triggers you, and I realize that, you know, when I get emotional or argue, even though I'm not invalidating myself and how I feel, I have to take you into account on how that makes you feel. And I don't want to be selfish. And, you know, I can see how that makes you angry because you feel like I'm only thinking about myself when I'm like sharing my emotions and not thinking about you. Like, have a conversation and make them feel. He desperately needs to feel understood. Even if you do understand them, like, he desperately needs to hear you. Like, he needs validation. I feel like you guys are going to make it. Look, see? Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful cards. Wow. Freaking make it. Wow. Holy shit. This is awesome. This is awesome. The star card is hope, healing, faith. Six of Cups, somebody from the past, reconciliation with someone from the past, you know? And it's also healing childhood wounds because the Six of Cups is childhood, etc. Things like that, right? The Sun card is like clarity. It's the happiest card in the deck. The Hierophant is a commitment, also higher learning. So all the stuff that we're talking about, right? The higher learning, the self-help, and Justice is like the balancing out the yin and the yang. This is beautiful. This is coming together so beautifully. Okay, you're gonna encounter a couple more bumps, but I don't want you to get discouraged in them. There's might be periods where where you guys are gonna be like, nah, this is not gonna work. Like, forget it. Try not to get triggered because it is gonna work. Look, see the Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind, it says. So if he ever says like, no, like we're incompatible, like, no, this is obviously, we always go through the same issues, like whatever, he's going to feel like giving up. That's just his own fears. You guys are just going to keep changing your mind anyway. And you guys are going to come together. Like, that's it. Like the love is unbreakable. I hope that helped. Let me go to your next question. What do the angels want me to prioritize most in 2023? No excuses. Your health, your confidence, and everything that we just spoke about. Your health, your confidence, and everything that we just spoke about. It's interesting because they mentioned that to the last person that I read for, but like same thing. Like they want you, there is a huge correlation between your health and how you feel about yourself and how you're able to show up for others. That's the truth. So if you feel bad about yourself, let's say you put on weight, your clothes don't fit, you know, you don't like do your hair anymore, you haven't been wearing makeup or whatever makes you feel good, right? You just stop working out, whatever the case may be, right? And we all get there. Like that happened to me for like a year, but we don't realize like the correlation. We start to lose confidence over time, and then we project that, even though we don't want to, onto the person that we love, because it stops you. It's not just your health, forget that's important too, but it affects your confidence level because you don't feel so good about yourself, so you can't really show up as your best self. They really want you to prioritize your health. Be very mindful of what you eat, okay? Be very mindful. Just take care of it. Like, do things that are for you. Prioritize your mental health. Prioritize your physical health. Get to a place where you feel so confident and so good that you can just show up and shine. It's like that. Once you do that, your aura will be very freaking bright. It's part of the clearing process. Please. If not, summer's going to come around. You're going to regret it. Because you're going to feel bogged down. So when you get in an argument with him, with Jared, you have a problem, it's going to feel just that much worse, you know? Because you don't feel good about yourself either. Trust me, because there's a psychological component to it. All right, I hope this reading helped you, Caitlyn. The next reading is for Susan J. Lett. Give me a moment. I have to clear the energy because I've been doing so many. I'm going to timestamp this. If you're still watching, I'm going to timestamp this after, even though I said her name, because like I've just done so many readings, I have to like, hold on, meditate and clear my energy. Okay, I just cleared my energy. Okay, so the next person that we have is Susan J. Lett. Welcome. Thank you so much for booking with me. I hope that this reading delivers the messages that are meant for you. I mean, I know that they will. I know that they will. Because you're not here for no reason. So the Divine's going to say what they need to say. I want you to know I don't lie. I don't sugarcoat. I'm going to tell you what I see and how I see it. Off the bat, I do want to tell you that the rituals that I picked are there for a reason. So it's crazy because it's like, I noticed that in all the videos that I posted, that's how energy works. Like likes attract likes. Everybody's questions are different, but every group of people somehow that signed up have like similar questions in a group. Like the first video, the first group, they all had similar questions that are not similar to today's, but like nonetheless they were similar. And then the second video, same thing, and then this one, same thing. It's crazy. And that's just the way that it works. That's why I feel like, you know, where the spirit team tells me they plan it that way. So they channel all of your energy and they give me the rituals that they know will make sense collectively for all of you. So off the bat, if that's the ritual that they, and these cards just keep coming out over and over again, over and over again. Nine of Swords. Okay, which is anxiety, overthinking, things like that. So if they had this ritual in the first place and there's already like emphasizing a need to work on how we communicate, on our receptivity, our nurturing energy, learning how to be sweet, okay, not being argumentative, learning how to control our emotions, knowing how to leave space for other people's emotions, things like that. Okay. 100%. Because I feel like, see, the Nine of Swords is anxiety, overthinking, etc. That gets the best of you. You didn't even ask this question, but like, it's part of it. I'm going to get into it. But because the second question says, what do I need to do next about question one? So I'm kind of answering it backwards, but this is part of it. Don't worry, it'll make sense. Because part of it is like what to do next is like working on this. Because as long as you don't work on this, it's going to be very hard to come together with anybody. Honestly. And it's okay, no shame in the game, but your anxiety really gets the best of you. It really does. This deck in particular says Lord of Despair and Cruelty. And I'm not shaming you, okay? It's natural. It's part of the healing process. I've gone through it too. You have a natural tendency to catastrophize things and feel like it's the end of the world and feel like people like go into despair when things don't work out. Like you have like extreme pain when you separate from somebody. You feel like people are being cruel to you if they don't talk to you, if they're like ghosting you or silencing you, you feel like they're being cruel, but it comes from a very deep like childhood wounds that you need to heal. Instead of like realizing that people are reacting, like you have to take other people's feelings to account, okay? Like I feel like you see things, everything like as in a, like from a victim mentality. That people are being cruel to me, like they're not even, like even if I'm not perfect, they're not even thinking of it, like they just like stop talking to me, and like obviously they don't care. This is stuff that you should really like look into. It's really stopping you from being able to connect. And I hope this resonates. If not, like you get the gist of it. I mean, that's what I'm picking up for you. It's interesting because like I said, it's like what I said, that every group I got similar energy from. And it's almost like everybody here, I recommended the same thing about attachment styles, which I didn't for the other videos, but like you guys in particular, like go online and take one of those quizzes on like, you know, what is my attachment style if you haven't already. And then start YouTubing and searching some resources on that. Okay? Because I feel like that's going to open the door, if you haven't already, to healing. And if you have done that, then keep working on it. Okay? Because I feel like you have a hard time putting yourself in other people's shoes. And I feel like you have a hard time with accountability, but you don't see it. But you don't see it because, and it could come across as like narcissistic to other people, but you're not. But you're not. But you're not. It's just like you lose your shit when you're hurt, okay? Because you were hurt a lot, like growing up or in previous relationships. I hope this resonates. I'm not done, you know, but like I'm just getting that energy. So like, even though I didn't even answer number 1, yeah, you need to work on that. Like, first and foremost, what's going on with a certain individual? There's a certain individual. Jeez. Look, you see? Okay. This person feels like... And let me know down below, because this is very specific. I mean, this is a private reading, but... This person feels... The 8 of Cups is walking away. Like, they walked away because there was a lack of balance here. The Temperance is balance. It might be in regards to everything that I just said. Like an unstable way of approaching conflict and communication and stuff like that. Okay? This might even be their energy, but I feel like you have a... Sometimes you say, oh, it's their energy and like... And you're projecting, but you have to look at yourself a little bit more. Because the thing is that sometimes we don't want to look at ourselves 100%. We can't without the help of others, and also because it hurts too much. You need the help of a therapist or something like that. There's nothing wrong with it. Or just a lot of tenacity and a lot of self-help. If you can't afford it, because unfortunately we live in a place where like healthcare is freaking ridiculously expensive. It's really unfortunate. It's the truth. It's really freaking unfortunate. You know, but I feel like this person walked away because they couldn't handle the conflict and the anxiety and the outbursts, or like feeling like everything that, you know, everything that I do is wrong, or like very harsh on other people, like, oh, like your fault that I feel this way, like you're the worst, like things like that. Nobody wants to feel like that. Okay. You know, so they get to a point where they're just like, I'd rather walk away. That's what it says. And they still feel this way. You see? Hanged Man. Look, see, they still feel this way. Yeah, we're talking about the Emperor. There he is. So that we're definitely talking about the Emperor. Like, he's on the table now. Okay? Whoever's in masculine energy, which is this other person. This person wants to come back into your life, wants to be in your life, but they genuinely feel like there's a cycle going on with you guys that like he can't take. And if it's a she, I'm not sure for whatever reason what energy. I'm just picking up masculine energy, but for whatever reason, like, I'm not picking up on gender, and usually I do. Sometimes I even pick up on names. I don't know why that's happening. But they just feel like, oh, this is a constant karmic cycle of despair and cruelty and anxiety. The same shit. And then they feel stuck because the Hanged Man is not the Hermit of like going within for introspection. The Hanged Man is keeping someone stuck, like just suspended in action. Right? So they're just like, I'm just stuck until there's some kind of balance here. They don't know what to do. Right? So I feel like this person walked away or sometime. And if he didn't walk away, then he really freaking thinks about it. Okay? I'm not here to blame you. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now that obviously this person is not perfect. Like, 100%. But we're talking about what's going on with them, are we not? Like, I'm reading their thoughts. And they hold grudges, too. Yes. I also get the energy, like right now what's going on. This person like walks away from intimacy. They have they could be very controlling, and they walk away from love. Like the moment the things get very close, they walk away from it because they have a deep rooted fear about it. Like, this is someone that gets stuck and never takes, like, action to make anything, like, serious or anything like that. And that's what triggers you. That's what was triggering you. Because it's like, what the makes you feel unloved, etc. And it's because of that they have a severe fear of commitment. But one thing I'm gonna tell you for sure, this person loves you. And they have, like, hold on. This person is someone that, like, always dreamt of, like, I wish, like, they have, like, fantasies of you guys being able to come together. But they almost convince themselves that it's impossible. See, the Seven of Wands is very defensive energy. Like, extremely. But then look, Two of Cups. But then there's Lord of Love, but they love you. But there's so much defensiveness here. You guys are stuck seriously in a negative loop. I feel like this person's going to reach out. If they don't go, like, in and out, they're stuck. But they're going to reach out and start, like, flirting, etc. Even though there's defensiveness around, like, being in any kind of connection. And what they want you to do about it is, number one, hear them out. Number two, even though, like, it triggers you, bite your tongue on blaming them, etc. Like, give them a space, give them a place where they can just openly tell you how they feel, because they're almost afraid of telling you how they feel because they're afraid of your reaction. So you kind of have to, even though it's, like, hard, like, play a game a little bit. Like, okay, I'm not gonna react. I'm just gonna, like, remember, like, let this person talk, let this person talk, let this person talk, let this person talk. Okay, so they can start speaking to you about, like, opening up. Okay, start showing up in your communication in a way that they don't expect. Like, whatever cycle that you were in, like, act completely different so that it catches them off guard. Okay, and over time they're gonna drop their guard. But that's gonna, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be very hard for you to do that because you get triggered so easily. So that's why they had me start with that first. Like, you have to work on that. Because you're always stuck in, like, a self-imposed imprisonment of your own mind. I hope this resonated. That was really specific. If for some reason it didn't, like, comment down below. But, like, that was clear as day to me. But sometimes, like, I feel like a strange energy with your reading for whatever reason. But it might just be, like, the energy of what we were talking about, you know? Because, like, you don't know what's going on. All right, let me clear the energy real quick before I go to the last person. Okay, this reading is for Benjetta Thompson, Rex Road. That's what it says here. I love your name. Okay, let me see. I'm reading your questions. They're, like, right here. Let me find them. Hold on. It says, will my company romantic events be my legacy? Hold on. Will my... What the hell's wrong with me? There's some kind of blockage here. Okay. Will my company romantic events be my legacy? Dude, be careful who you do dealings with. That just came out of nowhere. Like, be careful who you do business with. Okay? Be careful what kind of employees you hire or people to help you, etc. Because there's somebody I don't like. Straight up. If for whatever reason you're looking for extra help or something like that, the first person that you, or someone that like that's already there, the first person you deal with, like that's not the person. There's something sneaky about them. If that's not the case, because I'm human after all, so sometimes I pick up on the energy, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. If that's not the case, then you need to stop asking other people for advice on like what to do with your business. Not like me, I mean like friends or family, etc. Because there's a lot of envy around you and you don't even know it. And I want you to know that lower level spirits exist. Anything that's envy, anything that's jealousy, things like that. Lower level entities exist. There are people, unfortunately, that don't realize that the sun is bright enough so that everybody can have light in their life and succeed. Okay? The sun is bright enough for everybody. Some people don't get that. Some people see your brightness and your success and your light, and they get intimidated by that because they don't realize, again, that the sun is big enough for everybody. So they just see your light and they get intimidated. I feel like there's people that smile in your face and they have an internal jealousy, envy, I'm telling you. And when that happens, that's actually a lower level spirit that's attached to them like an entity. And they're like parasites. So they suck their energy. They suck their energy dry. And then when they talk to you, they might talk nice or whatever. But then that entity will attach itself to you and start sucking you dry and affect your business. There needs to be a cleansing that needs to be done. Okay? Wherever you hold your events, whatever like you offer, I'm not sure what it is exactly. If you have a space, if you have a laptop, desk, whatever, get some sage Palo Santo and just clear that energy out, your space, your home. Because there's a lot of envy and jealousy. You're going to notice that you've been having conflict and confusion with your business and you're like not sure where it's going. That's where it comes from. And stop asking people, stop involving people in this and stop talking. I know it sounds crazy because you're proud of yourself. I'm like, oh, everything's going great. I'm like, whatever. Just keep that to yourself. Okay? Because of what I just said. And you didn't even ask that. But like, it was the first thing that came out. You see, look, like 5 of Cups. Dude, you see? 5 of Cups, it says Lord of Loss and Pleasure. Like, these entities will push you to lose pleasure, to lose motivation into what you do. Okay? And you don't even realize it. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's the people closest to us. It could be like a family member. Because they just have that in them. You don't have to cut them off or anything, but just like sometimes you don't have to share your success so much with people. Because look, 7 of Swords is like deceptive energy, even though sometimes they don't mean it, but they can't help it. And it's still an entity, honey. God damn. See, Hanged Man, and it's still an entity that will keep you stuck and suspended in action. And I feel like this is somebody in your family or your home, or that you consider like family, because the 4 of Wands is that. Look, I swear to God. You didn't even ask this, but it's coming up. Look, golden mirror and talking. You can't make it up. I just told you to stop talking. I just told you to stop talking. Golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. But you get the point. It's like golden mirror. It's like someone with that kind of energy, that jealousy, that envy kind of energy. Like the golden mirror, like they want to look at themselves. When someone's a narcissist, they feel like they're above everybody, right? So they don't particularly have to be a narcissist, but they can have narcissistic traits. So this could be one of those narcissistic traits where, like I said, they feel like they have to be better than everybody, even though you don't even notice that that's their motivation. So then what ends up happening is that when you start talking, it says talking, when you start talking about your success and whatever, it just instantly gives them a feeling of like, I'm not on top of the world. It makes them feel incompetent, whatever. They get jealous, and it affects, and it creates a blockage. Hanged man, you did not ask that, but listen, that's what, if they are sharing that, is for a reason. Okay. Talking, interested, conversing more, awaited messages. A waited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. So it's just, and there's someone there on a laptop. Like, so it's the same thing. It's just the same thing. It's like, so it might be someone like even that seems like they're so interested in everything that you're saying and your success, but it's not good. You gotta just not share your shit, okay? And that was clear confirmation of that. You need to do a clearing of your space. All right? So if your business has not been going like as you expected, that's why. And these are people that also might like sometimes put like little comments here and there to discourage you. Like, oh, I'm not sure. Like, look at this though. Okay. A lot of money. This is going to go fantastic. As long as you protect yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. But the divine's going to say that you're going to have some kind of hardship at first. Look, oh my God, now we have rich girl. Oh my God. It says a lot of money and it says rich girl. So that to me is confirmation of that. So like, it's going to be a journey though. All right. So this might not happen overnight, but they don't want you at the sight of like hardship or whatever it's going to be a test. The divine's going to test you to give up. Like you have to just keep pushing. And then out of nowhere, it's going to boom. Okay. This is a freaking legacy. Like, look at that. But then look at what I have here. I told you. But there's a false person in the mix. And it might be female. But they are so adamant about this warning to you. Like, it's like... And then we have this false person in the living room. So it's someone that's like super freaking close to you. You don't have to comment down below, but if you want to, you can comment down below and tell me, like, if this resonates. Okay? But yeah, so I see this, like, not happen. See, okay. Main female. Take that as it resonates. So I see this, like, you're going to have some kind of hiccup. It might be start slow, but this is going to be... we got a lot of money in rich girl card. I mean, like... They've been confirming everything. So that, to me, is pretty clear answer to your first question. What the hell? Question. That was ridiculous. These cards are so difficult to freaking shuffle. But as long as you're in this, like, anxiety energy, you're going to stop it from manifesting to its potential. And I'm telling you that it's coming from other people. You need to protect yourself. And be careful who you do dealings with, too. So need to focus on that. Number 2, will I find my soulmate and live a life of joy and pure happiness? Like, did you see all those beautiful cards besides, like, the false people? Hell yeah. Yes. Yes. I do feel like it's somebody new. Okay, so if you're thinking about somebody from your past, I honestly feel like it's somebody... else. It's somebody new. It's somebody you don't know yet. And believe it or not, I feel like it's going to happen sooner than you think. Like this year. I know, like, sometimes, like, well, time is not linear. Again, look. Look at you. Look at you with cucumbers in your freaking eyes and money. Single, abundant woman. And it says gain. You're going to gain those pentacles. People don't want to hear that things are far away. And also, time is not linear. So, like, things can change depending on your lessons and your karmic journey, etc. But I feel like somewhere around October, you're going to meet somebody. And you're going to just hit it off. But when you meet them, you're going to know very quickly. And it's going to be one of those relationships that are going to just like go real fast. Look at that. See, like it's going to come out of nowhere, right? Empress. And it's going to, the Empress is like the wise mother, etc. Like it's going to come real fast. Like the Tower is like sudden upheaval. Like it's just going to come real fast. Like you don't even expect it. So, but as long as like, yep, look. Like, you don't even expect it, like, out of nowhere. Look, it's a brand new beginning in love. But someone that's going to keep you feeling nurturing, happy. That looks like a sun, like the sunlight is there, which is happiness and all that. But you got to believe it. But you got to believe it. If you keep putting yourself in a place where, if you keep sharing your business with these people I'm talking about, that negative entity is going to affect your love life too. I'm telling you, look, there's the sun, happiness. There's the sun, there's the happiness. You're absolutely, I'm telling you, yeah, it's going to be one of those, with the lovers, it's going to be one of those situations, lovers and chariot, where you meet somebody out of freaking nowhere, Tower card, and then like out of nowhere, it just works out. Look, brand new beginning in love, like happiness, marriage coming together. It's like, it's a divine union. Look at them. Okay. Chariot, moving in together, etc. And this person, it's interesting that he's on top of the cap. So it's like right when you're like not even thinking about this, like you've given up, like even like worrying about it, and then boom, you meet this person. Oh my God, did you just see me split the bag? Like it just like, you see, so that's confirmation. I think confirmation is the most beautiful thing that you can have on this channel. The 10 of Cups, which is the ultimate happiness. This is union and everything. It's like right when you're not thinking about it, like whatever, like, you know, you just meet someone and you're just gonna, it's just gonna form into a relationship so fast. Like, are you seeing this? I told you. And what's interesting is, like, I said, like, October. And, like, the 10, I forgot. I totally wasn't even thinking that. Obviously, like, the 10 of Cups is a union card, but it's also the number 10, which is October. I mean, this is a clear as day answer. I mean, they couldn't even be more, they couldn't be more clear. I guess with you, like, sometimes I have to dissect and ask and dissect and ask, but they were pretty to the point with your reading. Like, this is gonna be this is going to be one of those years that you're gonna look back and say, like, how did I get here? Like, how did my life change so suddenly like that? In a good way, in the one of the best ways. It's just time for your karmic payout. All right, guys, we're done. Love and light.